fell off the back. Hello, hello. It's Melinda from Scrapbooking and Craft. How are you going on this balmy, warmy night in Australia? It's hot tonight. So I'll just get everyone a few seconds to come on. Just zooming in my camera a little, maybe a little too much. See if I can adjust that back a bit. There we go, hopefully not making everyone seasick. So if you are jumping on to catch my live tonight, sorry it is so late, but today was one of those days where everything I touched just went south, went sour. But I thought we would jump on anyway. Just having a go on my phone. So if you are popping on to join us, pop in a comment. Hi Bron, hi Margaret, how you going? Just finding the thing on my phone, then we'll get started. I'm finding Thursday's a really hard day to do lives, but I have to just get more organised. It's not a good word in my house. I don't do organised very well. And lately, anytime I plan something, something crops up. So Bronnie, all excited? You're doing the virtual retreat with your Billy at the weekend. You're very excited. I can't believe it's our third one. Oh, there I am live on my phone. Awesome. Margaret, I'm very hot today. My internal temperature says, or the temperature in my house still says 30 degrees. I don't have aircon at the moment in my house, except for one room, which is my daughter's bedroom. So I go and visit my teenager more often in the summer. Hi Tabitha, how you going? Tabitha, what's organised? Yeah, that's not a word I learnt the definition of growing up. I don't know, lately I tend to make plans and then something happens. It all started yesterday. I'm doing a virtual retreat with Hillbilly Scrapping, and hope Jen doesn't pop on because I'm going to tell tales. Hi Kath, hi Fiona. Been busy, yeah, it's busy. I'm trying to get my class video edited on my computer, so I set my laptop up overnight to do it last night, and I didn't realise that I didn't have my laptop plugged in. Usually it renders overnight. It's a 2-hour video. It takes about 8 to 10 hours to convert to a YouTube format that YouTube can read. Woke up this morning, thought it was all done. No, laptop was dead. Plug wasn't in my laptop to keep it charged overnight. So I've been fizzing with that all day and waiting. It's still only half done. Hopefully it does it over tonight. Late, can't even talk today. I'm the queen of the last minute lately. It is ridiculous, but things get done. So tonight I thought, or today I thought we'd play with some stencils and show you a new technique I saw on another YouTuber video. A lady called Carolyn Doobie out of the United States did this with some stencils, and I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, Bronnie, you won't tell. Yeah, don't tell Jen I haven't done my video yet. It's our little secret. It'll be out by the time the retreat starts. Oh, life's just been busy lately. It's November. It's usually busy anyway. Okay, so I've just put out my 8x10 gel plate. Excuse my gel plate is very well loved. Any excuse to get my gel plate out. Now, to do this technique, you don't need a gel plate, but what the gel plate does is it allows you to recycle your paint. So we're not going to be wasting any paint. So I grabbed some stencils. I had to be careful which ones I grabbed. So I grabbed ones that I do have stock of. For anyone that hasn't seen the update on my website and on Facebook, I don't know whether I put it on Facebook. My poor laser machine is down in Melbourne on holidays. No, is down in Melbourne waiting a part from the United States of America. So it's a part I have to put in every 5 years. It's quite an expensive little bugger. And we took it down last week, the week before, I don't know, last week I think. So they told me 7 to 10 days for the part to arrive from America. I think they're dreaming. Might be like 3 or 4 weeks, knowing, I don't know. So I can only use stuff that I've got cut. So I was fishing through which ones I've got plenty of stock of, because I didn't want to play with a stencil I then can't sell you. So all the stuff on our website is pre-cut and ready to go. I've hidden everything that I don't have stock of. Let's play with the leaves first. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn these stencils into stamps and make some really cool pattern papers, and then I may start a background page in my art journal. We'll see how we go. So we're going to turn these into stamps to get a different view. So traditionally I would put paint onto my gel plate and then put my stencil on top, but we're going to put the stencil down first and then we're going to put paint on top of it. So I've just grabbed a variety of acrylic paints. I didn't grab my good Dina Wakley or my good Delusions ones because this does take a little bit of paint, and these ones will work quite well. Come on, paint. Oh, probably a bit too much paint, but that's okay. I always put a bit too much paint out. This one's a bit runny, so I have to be a bit careful. So it doesn't matter what acrylic paint you use. And then we're just going to brayer it. So we've got our stencil down. We're going to brayer it on top of the stencil. Now the aim is to get a good coat on the back of your stencil. If you are using a word stencil, you are putting the paint on the back of the stencil. I don't have any word stencils at the moment, so I don't have to worry about which side I'm doing it. So traditionally I would take a piece of paper and take a print off that, but what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the mess I've got around my desk. I've got stuff everywhere. I'm still trying to find stuff for my class for the retreat tomorrow. I can't find a little pot of black powder that I know I bought from Jen, and sorry, just ripping off some paper, but I just can't locate it, but I've got another one that will work. So my stencil has got a nice layer of paint on it. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it paint side down. So I'm just going to move that in. Paint side down on just some printer paper. I'm going to take a piece of this greaseproof paper that I buy from Woolworths in a bright pink packaging. Comes in a roll. And I am just going to give it a good press with my fingers. It may take a couple of applications to build up a bit of paint on the stencil to get a perfect look. But I'm not really looking for perfection. If it works just as well. So you will get a bit of transfer onto the back of this, which is really cool. We can use that. But if I take this off, okay, that was a big fail. That didn't work. When we take that off, we should have paint down there. It's very hot here. Why did I choose to do something gel plate when it's really hot? Let's do that again. Of course it never works on camera. Let's go this one. Ideally, we should have had paint on the back of the stencil. Maybe I talk too much. I'll be quiet this time and what am I doing? I've got to put the paint on top. See, it's too hot for my brain tonight. I think I might be camping out in my daughter's room tonight. She's the only one with the aircon. In our house at the moment. So I'm going to put a fairly decent amount on the back of the stencil and see if this works. Of course it worked when I was playing with it, and now I come on alive and it doesn't want to work. So I'm going to be fairly quick. As I said, the temperature says it's about 30 degrees in my house, so it is quite hot. So paint side down on the paper, and we'll give it a bit of a press and hopefully it'll work. If not, I'm just showing you what not to do first. Isn't it always good to work out what not to do? Actually, we've got a better print on that side. I must have put it down on the wrong side. This is really cool. So this would be cool to use the background, but there should be more paint on it. When I was doing it before, I was getting a lot more paint on it the other day, but it also wasn't 30 degrees in temperature. So if you don't have a gel plate, you can do this by just applying paint onto a surface, but the gel plate allows me to use up all my paint and not waste any. Let's try and put it down on this greaseproof paper first. It's quite thin, has a shiny side and a plain side, so what I do is put my paint on the plain side and then I glue the shiny side down. So I'm just going to pick this up. Come on, fingers. And put it down. As I said, you might have to do it a couple of times to build up a bit of paint on the stencil. This might work a bit better because it will squish in the paper. The other paper I was using was just photocopy paper. I like the thinner papers because it will be a background in my art journal. That's getting a fairly good print, and then ideally, it's getting there. Just have to build a bit of paint up on the stencil. So we're using our stencil like a stamp. So I'll pop that down again, and we'll put some more paint on top of it. So a different way to use our stencils. This paint is just normal acrylic paint. It's probably a bit runny. Actually, it might work better with a bit thicker paint, but I don't have a bit of a thicker paint. I've sort of got paint on both sides of my stencil now, so I will be getting sort of 2 prints off either side. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can get one that's fully printy. Let's take this bit of paper. Can roll over with the brayer. I like to roll over with my fingers because I can sort of squish the paper in between the stencils. Whoops. For some reason my comments don't scroll. Always the way, as soon as we go live, it doesn't go well, yes. I know, you can practice and practice when you don't turn the camera on, and then for some reason when the camera turns on, nothing goes to plan. It's getting there. When I saw this lady do it on YouTube, she was getting a perfect print, but she's also in America and it's cold over there at the moment, so that's possibly the reason why. Let's try, I want to try this face. Where did I put the rest of my stencils? Over here. I want to try the face stencil, see if I get a good print on this one. So let's get rid of all this green paint. Put that on the floor. Yes, I'm doing a live art journal page with the Virtual Hillbilly Retreat tomorrow, and I'm sure things will go wrong. Things always go wrong when I go live. But you get the general idea. You're sort of using the stencil as your as a stamp, loading it up with paint. I'm going to use the black with the Audi paint, which is a bit thicker. I'm just getting this all this green paint off my gel plate. I don't clean it very well, so if a bit of green comes through, that's okay. I have so many prints from when I gel plate. It's not funny lately. I have to start using some of them. Okay, so let's put this stencil down. Which way do I want? I'll put it this way. Come on, paint, come out. So some paints you find are better for gel printing than others. Oh, this one looks a bit thicker. Ooh, hopefully this will work really well. Now, let's get rid of that pile of wet prints behind me. Let's do it on a bit of paper. Just photocopy paper. I should have ripped off some of this paper off the roll, but I wasn't organised. So this looks like it's going to work, hopefully, really well. Maybe. So I put it down, paint side down. So traditionally when you're using this stencil, and I'm going to grab that because that's really cool. Traditionally when you use this stencil, you're masking off the face and you're putting sort of your colour in and around it. This time I've actually made a stamp of the face. That looks really cool too. Dun, dun, dun. We do a drum roll? No. Come on, nope. Don't stick to the paper. Come on, paint. It's stuck to the paper. It's far too hot to be gel plating, I've worked out, I think. Weather, you're not helping. We'll try that again now we've got one layer of paint on. Note to self, don't do a live when it's 30 degrees. So I'll use that still, I'll use that in the background. What I want to do is grab this, because this is really cool. And we're going to grab that on this. I will try this when it's cooler and put up the other prints I made. It's just I wasn't using stencils that I had for sale when I was playing around with them. That's really cool. Because I'm using a bit more paint, you're not getting as a crisp image as I would if I was doing this sort of print. We should be able to get a ghost print. If not, I'll put some other colour over this. Ah, that's a bit better print. Oh, that'd be fun to use. So I'm going to stick just some blue over that just to pick up the rest of that paint. So I am using a bit more paint than I normally do when I gel plate, just because I want the stencil to have a juicy layer of paint on it. I love my gel plate. So has anyone got a gel plate and they have a play on it? I tend to use mine a lot to make prints, but then turning the prints... Yes, definitely not the night to do it, Bronny. Maybe I'll have to wait till winter. Ooh, maybe I'll move my computer into my daughter's room. She might not be impressed. Well, you get the general idea. It should work if it's not 30 degrees in my house. Let's do one more and see. Now we've got a bit of paint built up on this. We'll see if we can get it to work. If not, I'll leave you all to it. I've got a bit of prep to do for the virtual that starts tomorrow. And we will see you all at that event. If I do turn these into an art journal page, I will pop a photo on the Facebook page. I've also got a couple of lights on as well, which is not helping with the heat. And I've had to turn the fan off because the fan's too loud. Glad I'm going live in the morning tomorrow instead of in the afternoon. Then I can have my fan on in the afternoon. Try it once more. If not, you get the general idea. You're using the stencil as a stamp and you're getting the reverse image. So you can get... Just folded that over so I can press the paper down. I'm not going to leave the paper on as long so it won't stick. Give it a good old press down and... Getting there. We're getting more colour on it. As I said, the lady I watched, Carolyn Doobie, did say that you have to do a couple of prints to get the right amount of paint and to get the right, to get a build up of paint. And I'm going to grab this one as well. Tabitha said, no, I have too many distressed ink and alcohol backgrounds. Oh, you bought the stuff to make your own gel plate. I did that many, many years ago, but I didn't get it to work for some reason. I don't know what I did. It wouldn't set. It was still running. I probably didn't put the right mixture in it. The gel plates are a bit of an investment, but they are fun. This one I've had for, just trying to count the years, 5, 6, 7, I think 7 years, and it's still in perfect condition, and it's had a lot of use. It's used a lot at events for demonstrating. I always take my own plates when I'm teaching classes and demonstrate on my plates, just because I like mine. But that's a really cool print too. Definitely have to go and do something with these. That's my goal lately, is to actually do something I make, not just collect them in a box. Collecting stuff's always fun, Tabitha, then you have lots to choose from next time. Sorry about the wiggling desk. It's on my to-do list to make myself a new desk. I've got all the bits, I just haven't had the time yet. That's right, I can redraw in the eye when I'm doing that one. So I'm just going to clean up the plate. As you can see, you've got sort of remnants of the black paint and it's dry. So what you can do is actually take another colour. So instead of scraping this off... Oh, you love the one on your gel plate. Yeah, that looks really cool. This one looks really good. This would be nice if it had a background, but I do like the black and white as well. It's So I may cut that out and do it in a journal page. I do have, this is one of the face stencils I have. I do have another one with butterflies and flowers, with cogs, and there's another one. Butterflies and flowers, cogs, and this one. Oh, I think there's only 3. There's 4 more new ones coming out next year. I just, before my machine went in to get serviced, and I managed to cut myself some to play with, but I don't have any for sale, so I can't show you the pictures. You'll have to just wait and be patient. I managed to cut a few samples of things I've been working on to play with while my machine was on holidays in Melbourne, and when it gets back, it'll be very busy. So this is the extent I clean my gel plate. I whack more paint on it. So this blue paint is going to reactivate that black paint, and hopefully, not much has worked today, hopefully when I pull this print I'll have a bluish background and I'll have that faint black face on it. Whoops. We're actually using the gel plates at the in-person retreat in Swan Hill in next weekend, actually. Can't believe that years nearly zipped by. Let's see what we get. We might just get a grungy. Where'd my face go? Oh, my face disappeared. Sometimes this works, sometimes it didn't. I didn't get the face, but I got a really cool. I love that. That's really cool. Nice and grungy. So the great thing about the gel plate is every print you pull is unique. I can still see the face there. Oh, it's only a little bit. What I will do is I'll leave these dribbles of paint on my plate, and next time I go to print, those will... Lynn, so glad you got your order in before it went on holidays. Yes. It was chucking. I call it a teenager. The machine's 12 years old this year. So I tell people that it chucks hissy fits, and it was having hissy fits. And I thought it needed this 5-year part. This part I put in it every 5 years. Has sort of so many hours for the part until it decides it doesn't want to cut anymore. And it was sort of chucking hissy fits at me. I'm thinking, oh, does it need it? Does it need it? Hopefully it doesn't. Took it down to the tech, and he goes, I don't know how that machine's still running. It needs a new part. And it's like, oh. But hopefully we have it back towards the end of December. That'll be cool. So I'm still designing loads of new stuff for next year. So I've got a bit of time on my hands to do that at the moment because I'm not cutting stuff. But anything you see on the website is pre-cut, if I can count. We might have counting issues. But everything that's on the website at the moment is pre-cut with quantities on it, so you can still purchase some stuff. I just hidden or put out of stock everything else that we don't have cut. But I think I might leave it there tonight, seeing this is not working and it's just frustrating me. But who wants to work on a 30-degree night? I don't know. I think it's time to go visit my daughter and her bunnies in the air-conditioned room. I don't know. She tells me she needs the air conditioner running because the bunnies don't like the hot weather. But I think it's my daughter that likes the air conditioner running. She just uses the bunnies as an excuse. So if I turn some of these into an art journal page or into something, I will pop a photo up. Thank you very much for joining me on this late evening live. I'm hoping to do regular lives between now and next year on a Thursday. I may end up changing the date. Thursday's a day where my daughter goes for a visit with her dad, and the times are a bit fluid, so I don't exactly know every Thursday what time she's going, which is fine. I'm home anyway. But it's sometimes hard to plan things. So I may end up changing the date. I don't know. It may end up it's sometime on a Thursday. All the lives are always recorded, so you can go back through the Facebook feed. You can click onto the video, I think it's called the video tab, and look at any of the lives that you have missed. And eventually I will be putting them all up on our YouTube channel so they can be found there as well. So I'm going to say good evening, and I will catch the ladies that are doing... Oh, that doesn't sound fun, Bronnie. Try massaging in the heat. I wish you were closer. You could come massage. I could book in for a massage. I have mine going. I turn it off, but the kids, they're baking. Ooh, what's she baking, Tabitha? Thanks, Kath. See you tomorrow at the virtual. Yes, I'm very excited. I've got to go do some paperwork for the virtual in a minute. Not like doing anything for the last minute. And get that up in the group. And I'll be live at 11 o'clock in the Facebook group doing my art journal page tomorrow. At least at 11 o'clock it won't be 30 degrees, hopefully. What are we baking, Tabitha? I actually baked, we're still eating off things that I baked on Tuesday. My daughter baked some Halloween cookies. Yeah, long story, Halloween cookies in this month. I bought a Halloween kit for us to do, a biscuit kit with things, and we didn't get to do it in Halloween. So we baked that on Tuesday, and some brownies. So we're set for snacks for the weekend. I might end up making some more brownies, peanut butter brownies, that I can have all to myself because my daughter doesn't eat them. That's a bit mean, baking something she won't eat. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very much for coming along and watching me fail at gel printing. That was fun. Yes, hopefully, Bronnie, we can catch up at another one of the shows. I don't know about craft shows next year. I've got a feeling they might not start up as early as we're hoping, but you never know. We'll just have to wait and see if that type of event. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of social distancing at craft shows. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, Anzac Bickies for the market tomorrow. Oh, yum. I've made Anzac Bickies in so long. I probably have everything here to make them except for the golden syrup or the syrupy stuff. Is it golden syrup? Black. Looks like honey, but it's not honey. I think it's golden syrup. Now you're making me hungry. I will go and I'll catch all you ladies another day. Hopefully next Thursday I'll do a live during the day. It depends. If it's 30 degrees again, might be popping on at night. Definitely not going to do gel plating. You don't want to see me fail again. I made some fun prints. There goes my keyboard falling. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.